On March 11th, 2019, Path of Exile announced a new stash tab to be added, the Unique tab. This allows you to store and showcase one copy of every unique in-game. When I read that, I knew what I had to do. I've set off to obtain every unique in-game in the solo self-found game mode, filling the Unique stash tab completely. This shit will take a long ass time and won't be easy, but I'm always down for a grind. I'm Mathew Lighty, and this is All for One.
First place you enter when you start Path of Exile is the Twilight Strand. It's like the OG location. It's been there since the very beginning. And in Twilight Strand is a very specific boss that we're all really accustomed to, Hillock. Over the years, Hillock has been changed, just like Twilight Strand, just like Path. And something was added, something very special, that made Hillock a very special little boy. Onigoroshi is a very specific sword that only drops off of Hillock when he gets very, very angry, known as Uber Hillock. The only way to access Uber Hillock is essentially just keep repeating Twilight Strand, and this is done by running up to Hillock, killing him, and before you enter town, logging out and waiting roughly 1 minute and 45 seconds. The zone will then reset, and you could re-kill Hillock, and you want to keep doing this over and over and over again. When you reach roughly level 7, what will happen is there's a chance that Hillock, instead of having the shitty rusted sword stabbed in his chest, will have a nice fancy looking sword. A sword that is set on fire. A sword that has a mind of its own. That's Onigoroshi. And that's the first unique we're going to go for in this series. Why start small?
Alright, after many runs, I don't know how many runs, 3 hours and 24 minutes of actual killing. But obviously it's a lot more time because I did one character waiting 1 minute 45 between. There he fucking is. And now I just gotta kill him. Eventually at the end of this process you're pretty much as beefy as you can be for the fight. Didn't get a unique though, which is crazy. So I guess my only unique's gonna be Onigoroshi. But either way, there's that. That's it. Onigoroshi in all its sexiness. My final loot, if you want to call it that. 7 whetstones, 6 scraps, 1 chromatic, 1 chance, 1 alch. I can't believe I got fucking alchemy in this place. I probably got 20 something wisdoms and transmutations, and same with augs. I used a bunch of them at the time. These are the chromatics I could basically fit in, so I guess I can wear that for 1 more chromatic. And these are my weapons, pretty okay. I only got gear that actually had damage on it, and then the boots for movement speed. But I could finally leave the fucking Twilight Strand, so I'm saying goodbye after probably 6.5, 7 hours of just sitting here. I'm free. I'm free from Twilight Strand, and I can actually start to play the game. This is the character I'm gonna be playing for my first, just clear the Atlas, get everything going character. I pretty much want to max out my Atlas eventually. Not that I can even view it right now. Do all the labs, get everything established on the account to set myself up. I think a strong foundation is still the best way forward. And then obviously once we start getting everything established, I can hunt for specific goals, make specific characters for even obtaining just like 1 unique. I'm going to be one-shotting everything for a very long time. Boss damage is literally 3-shot things, So I just leveled, so now we can start to see the scaling of Onigoroshi continue. So I gained, let's say, about 5 DPS, because it gained 2-3 flat damage per level. So that's kind of how Onigoroshi works, and it's a pretty dank way of leveling overall. We got our first unique on the account off of the unique row. It's honestly a pretty good one too. So now that we picked up our Quicksilver, our setup is changed slightly. We're level 8 now. We're using Ruthless, which I had to get a Amber Amulet to get the strength requirement for. Onslaught, which is the one from our original Scion, and Frostblades, our DPS is now 116, but it's actually way higher because of Onslaught and Ruthless. We're going to essentially path like this, up here, through here, down, grab the crit, get cold-hearted, and then we'll probably refigure out life, maybe go this direction. Alright, this is going to be the key to many things in this account. When it comes to unlocking every unique in the game, Navali and Prophecy is going to be really fucking clutch. Not only because I need to get every single Fated unique, but just because it unlocks so much potential. Pale Court, there's uniques there. There's a lot of just gated things, and it just unlocks a lot of random trash. 5 to 1 is going to occur so many times. So it's good to get her unlocked finally. But I'm going to definitely save all my silver coins to at least Act 9. I feel like it tends to be the best route, at least for me personally. So I tend to do lab trials and anything in the area while I'm in the area. So you might see me do like lab trials or even the side quests. I like to clear every quest possible in the zone while I'm there. I wouldn't say it's the most efficient route, but I just like to kind of keep things tidy, especially on my what I would say is my main character for the account, the guy who's going to unlock everything. So that's why I'll be doing lab trials and all the side quests and even the shittiest plum bullshit. So all that stuff will be done on the same go through the instance I initially go through it in. I think it's the most, I don't know, whatever, just like spicy route. Alright, time to do my first quote unquote boss, I guess. Not that Uber Hillock wasn't even more of a boss fight, but during any of this like playthrough with this character, you will hear eventually my sword every now and then speak. It does that from time to time. It's kind of hard to hear over like, you know, all the other bullshit occurring, but it's cool. It's got a lot of custom voice lines that happen every time you enter and exit certain instances, and or when you just like level and kill things. There we go.
Owned by a prison than those who claim they just work there.
Mostly just a little snarky bullshit like that, but yeah, this is our first loot box, and it's kind of a cool thing because loot boxes are also going to be a pretty dope addition to how we're going to obtain some uniques. And I might actually begin chancing loot boxes at a certain point, namely for like specific poison and chaos uniques. It can become kind of advantageous to do that. The Parandus Bank one has 3 unique pieces of jewelry, so it's pretty nice. But for anything that's not like a shit one, like this is a shit one, I just slap on a transmutation. And the reason you always want to have a prefix suffix for the most part is because you can always hit silver coins. And because, as we established, prophecy to be such an integral part of me getting all these uniques and just setting up the account, silver coins are going to be something I want a ton of. So I'm not really going to invest in them, but tossing a transmutation on every white box here and there, definitely a way to go. All right, heading into Merville and the end of Act 1. Let's take a quick look at the tree. Pretty much just picked up the attack speed and damage, life, trickery, some LE and crit, cold hard calculation, some attack and mana regen, crit, and then just more damage, prod, speed, and AoE. Just a lot of generic damage and crit and life nodes. Let's just bang out Merville. Really shouldn't take very long, as you can see. Almost insta-phased her. Oh, the stun. Anything good? Just a comp. Okay.
Love's true face. Someone felt she had the monopoly on what love is. Someone was wrong.
Sassy sword being sassy. Wow, that's a dank chest for this level, actually. Crazy. I guess I'll wear it. Might as well. And into Act 2 we go. So as I enter Act 2, I want to discuss my first chance orb goal. So I've been kind of slacking on it already, and I have them added in my filter. But essentially every level, I want to purchase heavy belts. And the reason I want to purchase heavy belts is for Bisco's Leash. Bisco's Leash is actually going to be a super great asset if I could pull it off. And there's a couple byproducts I can get if I don't hit the leash. There's other good unique belts I could get. But the one I want mostly is the leash, strictly for the rampage. And also the quantity is pretty nice too. I guess I can technically put my one chance orb on it, and I didn't get it. Happy day. Got our first Val side zone. Not really looking for anything specific here. Just gonna need a fuck ton of fragments. We gotta get every single at Zeri drop and every single Uber at Zeri drop. So it's gonna be a lot of fragments in my future. All right, cam sign. Not bad. Don't have a use for that yet, but I will. Anything good? Corrupted bullshit. Val definitely dead. No. Garbage, actual garbage. So you can see as Ironheart chases me around, Bestiary is going to be, I would say, top 3 trickiest unique sets to pull off. I don't really know if it's even realistically possible. We're going to try to figure out maybe alternate methods of attaining them, or maybe methods that I could proc it more often, etc. So we're going to go as hard as we can. If it takes 2-3 years, it takes 2-3 years. But Bestiary in general is a great method of obtaining a lot of random uniques, since the majority of times the things we'll be using them for is just get, random unique of X type, random staff, random shield, etc. So those would be pretty clutch when it comes to getting and filling a lot of slots. And this is our second lab trial complete. And there's the heralds going off. Makes a really nice DPS addition, clear speed addition, safety measurement, and the fact that I'm shattering corpses. And then just quality of life, and that's popping boxes for me. So overall, running double herald as a early elemental crit build is pretty sweet. Alright, so quick aside, this is our menagerie. This is where Einhar and the beasts live. These will become, like I said earlier, a very important part of us obtaining a lot of uniques. We get to see the first one in that set. So you'll just, when Einhar captures things, you get, it spawns 5 monsters an instance. Every now and then, full clear the zone, you get random monsters trapped, yada yada yada. This one happens to give us a unique jewel. which is super, super sweet. And because you're fighting, you know, we'll say 4 rares and 1 bigger angry rare at a time, it can get a little bit spooky. I'm a little OP in my scenario, but just take your time and don't die. And when you're all done, it'll give you a little something like this. And that means we're done. And now we're gonna get our random unique jewel. I'm sure there's some level of waiting to it, but either way. Okay, we got a garbage one, which is pretty bad. So that wraps it up for episode 1. The progression will be a little bit slow to start, and I should have a video out every couple days. And then as we get farther down the line, the progression will be a lot farther in one episode, but the length between episodes will be at most a week. So I hope you enjoyed it. New one should be out in a couple days, and I'll see you guys next time. Matt Lighty out.